Hey guys, Zeno here, and in this video I'm going to show you what is probably the easiest, most simple arrangement of Silent Night from my Fingerstyle Hymns Volume 5. These Fingerstyle hymns are collections basically of simple arrangements that I've made for my students so they could learn how to play fingerstyle using repertoire that you could use in church. So let's get started. So the first thing that I want you to see is that the rhythm is quite simple. It's in 3/4, meaning that a quarter note will receive a beat and there's 3 of them. So if you look at it, almost half of it is just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? Real simple rhythm. And then when we add the 8 notes, it's basically just 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3. And almost half of them is that one as well. The only one that's kind of different is when you go down towards the end, where you have this 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's go back to bar 1 here. For this arrangement, our right hand is going to be steady here in what I call position 1, where ring finger is always on the high E string, middle is always on the B string, and index finger is always on the G string. Your thumb's going to be playing all the bass notes. So here in bar 1, we start with an A chord. And on the tab, it tells you exactly what fingers to use for your left hand and right hand. Left hand information is on the bottom. It's also here on the chord box. And right hand information is on the top. So the numbers correspond to your fingers. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the right hand, you have P, I, M, A. So for example, this first chord, we play an A chord like this. So you'll see that your ring finger, 3, is going to play this note. Your middle finger is going to play this note on the G string, and your index finger is going to play this note on the B string. So here we start with a rhythm that's just 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? On the right hand, we're going to use our index, our thumb, our index, and then middle to play all these notes. So thumb, index, middle. Right? And then we go, we're going to use our thumb for this second note here. Then we're going to put our pinky down for that note. And then we're back to this A chord. All right, so that's just 1, 2, and 3. Then when we go to the second bar, it's just 1, 2, 3. It's going to be the same chord shape, so we're not even moving our left hand for this bar 2. It's all just right hand. And remember, this one is not played with your index, it's played with your thumb. Bar 3, it's the same as bar 1, so that's quite easy. And then bar 4 is the same as bar 2. Now when we get to bar 5, we have this B minor chord with the E on the bass. So you're coming from this A chord. And what you need to do is leave that index finger, don't move it, and move your ring finger down a string, and then pinky here on the high E string. So on the right hand, your thumb is playing that bass note, and your fingers are playing the chord. And the rhythm again is the same, 1, 2, and 3. Now, when you go to bar 6, you go to an E7 chord. So middle on the 4th, index finger on the 3rd fret, B string, ring finger on the high E. So let's look a little bit of how we can play this economically, how we can switch chords. So you might be thinking, oh, I'm going to do this, Then when I'm done, remove my fingers, put it down on the next chord. But it's a good idea to always kind of see if you can just keep your fingers down without lifting them up. And to go to that chord, you could just leave your index finger and just slide it down while still touching the string. Right, so you don't need to lift it up. You can use your index finger basically as a guide so that you don't have to look at your fingerboard. You can just kind of feel it sliding down, 1, 2, and then now you position your other fingers to complete the chord shape. Okay, bar 6 is easy because it's just rhythmically, it just goes 1, 2, 3. Now let's go to the next bar, bar 7. We can slide a couple fingers up. We can slide our middle finger and our index finger up 2 frets. Now you don't have to put pressure when you're sliding up. You just need to be touching the strings. I don't have to look at my fretboard if I'm sliding up. I can feel it when I'm sliding like 1 fret up or 2 frets up. Okay, so rhythmically bar 7 is simple as well. 1, 2, and 3. And then bar 8 is the same as bar 1, I think. Now bar 9, we're gonna use our ring finger and our pinky. Okay, so that's just 1, 2, 3. Bar 10, we switch. So we're here. When we go to bar 10, we switch with our index finger and do a partial bar of 7th fret on the G string and B string. Now I know it says 10 here, but eventually we're gonna land with these 2 notes anyways. So we're gonna go switch, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so rhythmically it's 1, 2, and 3. So what I'm doing there is I'm starting with my index finger and my pinky. And then I switch with my ring finger to the 9th fret on the B string, right here. And then to the partial bar right here. And then again, I slide down to the A. But when I'm sliding down to the A chord, I transition to just the B string. So during the slide, I'm transitioning to that B string while positioning now my middle finger and my ring finger. So from here, bar 11. So again, that's kind of like what, bar 1. And then bar 12 is the same as bar 2. Okay, now let's go to bar 13. Again, use your ring finger and pinky. So we've covered that before, and then we do the switch again. Similar. Slide back down to A on bar 15. Bar 16, again, similar to previous ones. Now, hey, real quickly before we continue, if you like this content and you want to support me, you can get the tab on my website, or you can also join my academy and you can access the interactive tabs for this one. And you can also learn from my courses and my live workshops there. Bar 17, now here is where it's a little bit different. So on bar 17, I'm going to put my index finger here on the 7th fret, ring finger on the B string 9th fret, and then middle finger here on the G string. But rhythmically, it's the same as the others. It's just 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so from this chord, I'm gonna go to here. I might have to practice this a couple times. Just practice transitioning between one chord to the next. Now I noticed while I'm doing this that with my middle finger, I can just keep it down again and just slide it up to the 9th fret. So I can use that as my guide. Watch my middle finger. See? From bar 16 to 17. Okay, so 17, 18, put my pinky down on the 10th fret. So this one is a little bit more thick. I'm playing more notes. But rhythmically, again, it's just 1, 2, 3. And then 19, what I need to do is slide my ring finger up 1 fret and then index finger here on the G string. So rhythmically, this is the one that's different from the rest because we're gonna go 1, 2, and 3 and, right? 1, 2, and 3 and then 20. Hold that for a whole measure. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3 and 1, 2, 3. Bar 21, back to this A triad right here. That's just 1, 2, 3. Bar 22, open position. Again, that's just 1, 2, and 3. And I'm using my pinky to play that 3rd fret B string there. And then A, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And you're done.